I've been chasing the staff कि मुझे एक बारी सर से मिलना है. I want to talk to director because Vivekanand के बारे में sir we have heard a lot of things and the college is looking at the placement, the campus, my students with Seduce mentors, they have suggested me कि sir आप एक बारी विवेकानंद के डायरेक्टर सर से बात करो, फैकल्टी से बात करो. So thank you so very much for the opportunity, sir. My first question, I'm not going to make it for a longer time, but it's going to be a very quick interview, sir. My first question for you is, what are the factors which you believe are responsible for the growth of this particular B school when it comes to infrastructure, placement, and even the teaching pedagogy?
For a B school to be really great, it is not only one parameter on which you can claim
Right.
it is very good. There are 6-7 factors which go into making a good business school.
Very true.
The first and foremost is the quality of the faculty. That if you have good faculties, then definitely the knowledge transfer and interaction with the students will be great.
Okay.
So it is not only the academic qualification, but the way they deal with students and the way they interact with the students is very, very important.
Okay, sir.
So my first focus always has been having the great faculty. They are the stars of the institute.
Okay.
So that is the first thing. Now if they are interacting in the institute, they need to have a good learning environment. I believe that the institute is the temple of Goddess Saraswati and it should be very clean. I give a lot of focus on cleanliness. 4 times the whole institute is cleaned by workers
On a daily basis.
on a daily basis.
Wow.
So,
Fabulous.
and I don't like anything lying around here and there in the campus or in the building. So the infrastructure has to be very good. It may not be 5-star campus or 7-star campus, but it is 4-star campus and with good facilities, very pleasing color combination. So the infrastructure has to be very good. So we have very good boys lounge, girls lounge, we have good sports facilities. So when students are here, when they are not in the classroom, when they are outside the classroom, they need to have a very good learning environment. We have a very good library. In fact, we are building another very good library of 2 floors, which I am sure is going to be one of the best management school library in the city.
Wow.
So infrastructure is the second point. Third point is when we talk about faculty, they should be continuously learning and improving their knowledge. They have to be current.
Okay.
So I give lot of emphasis on publications.
Okay.
And when I call it publications, it is called publication, not printing the papers.
Exactly.
That is, it should be published in Web of Science, it should be published in Scopus journals, it should be published in Emerald, Sage, reputed publications, and they should be able to get good citations. Because until unless they do that, generally my target to each faculty is that you should have 1 or 2 papers being published in a good journal and 5-6 working papers.
Okay.
So when you do that, you are continuously upgrading your knowledge.
Absolutely right.
And it is not that you are following the textbook.
Right.
Our faculties never teach with the textbook, though we give them textbooks to read and come back. But it is always for the, there is a concept called flipped classroom. So initially half an hour, students come back reading the reading materials which have been provided to them. And then the next complete class is about discussions. So students put their own viewpoint, faculties put their own viewpoint on the topic, and that is how the learning takes place.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
this is the third method, this is the pedagogy. Other than flipped classroom, we have live projects and internship programs. And students also work on various research projects being carried out by faculty. So this is another method of teaching. And for faculty's upgradation knowledge, we give a lot of importance other than publications to their practical learning.
Okay.
So there is a lot of emphasis on faculties getting some projects.
Oh, that's nice.
Consulting projects.
Very good.
So it is
very
not only theoretical knowledge,
good.
but actual practical experience of what is going on in the current business market. So we have always 3-4 ongoing consulting projects by faculty, national projects, international projects.
Nice.
So that is how faculty, infrastructure, learning environment, and publications, consulting. So all this create a kind of basket where we think that a good learning environment is being created.
Perfect.
And that has been reflected in the rankings by NIRF.
Okay.
In last 4 to 5 years, we have already consistently being ranked among top 100 in management institutes in the country.
Wow.
And
Great.
which is possible only when we do continuous improvement in our methods of working.
Fine. Just to add a couple of pointers here, guys. Sir made a mention about the consulting project done by the faculties and the live project. I'll tell you, not many B schools in the country are actually giving live projects to their students. And live project जो होते हैं ना वो अलग होते हैं. Internship आपको मिल जाता है, but live project में आपका exposure बहुत अच्छा होता है. You get a chance to kind of then get into the summer internship. Also, sir mentioned about the consulting project. I'm not sure if all the B schools are doing that, but I think Vivekananda is doing. That's a great thing. When I was in IIM Ahmedabad, sir, I had this chance to kind of meet my faculties, and my faculties were saying that even at IIM Ahmedabad, a lot of faculties are engaging themselves with these consulting kind of a thing. That that actually helps faculties to upgrade themselves and deliver a very good knowledge back to their students. So I think these are fantastic points, and I'm really happy that Vivekananda Business School is doing that. So I have a couple of questions because I know you're busy, you don't have a lot of time. I'm going to be very quick here. One thing that I wanted to understand is that you have huge campus, and it's beautiful campus. It's located at Chembur. It's the heart of the Mumbai city. What are things are there on the campus? Because nowadays, the young generation, they're more keen on understanding the campus पे क्या होगा, sports होगा या फिर whatever things. So if you can give us a brief about your campus, sir.
Being in Mumbai, it is government institutions like IITs and NITI. They have huge campuses. But for private institutions, there are very few private institutions in Mumbai who have a large campus.
I know.
So in Mumbai, in Chembur, our institution has nearly 10 acres of campus.
Okay.
And more than 12,000 students study in this campus.
Wow.
And we have a engineering college. You might have seen the building in Chichore movie, the shooting. Sushant Singh Rajput, that shooting, the engineering college, the college building which is shown there is our engineering college.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have architecture college, we have pharmacy college, we have management college, then degree college, science college, polytechnic, law college. So we have, except medical education, we have all kinds of colleges. So it's a large campus with very good facilities. We have facilities for nearly 400 students to stay in hostel.
Oh,
so that
so you have hostel inside the campus?
In the campus.
Nice. So if you look at the campus now, guys, it's very lively. As sir said, बहुत सारे like polytechnic हो गया, engineering हो गया, MBA हो गया, pretty lively campus. And also Chichore was shot here मेरे ख्याल से. So campus के जहाँ तक बात करेंगे तो campus is going to be really good. And the best thing is that you also have residential hostel inside the campus. So that's a good thing. By the way, those who are not aware about Mumbai, Chembur is the hub जहाँ पे you can travel across anywhere यहाँ से. So it's one of the, even if you look at the geography strategically, it's very well placed.
It's a central location
in Mumbai. Perfect. Sir, second last question for you. X factor about faculties on board with VBS.
What I would say is that more than the faculty, the external learning environment, which is very, very important, because we have faculty. I have already explained to you about the faculty,
yes,
and
sir.
they are being stars of teaching and learning. But if we have to benchmark ourselves with international institutions, so we have to have our courses aligned with international curricula. We are one of the first institution which started business analytics program 6 years back. And SAS, which is one of the biggest companies, business analytics, we designed our curriculum in association with them. They were our academic partners for 4 to 5 years. And we were using SAS platform to teach business analytics.
I saw that certificate is there.
Yes. Okay. So that is one thing. Then our HR curriculum is aligned with SHRM, which is the international body for HR. And all the students who go through our program, HR program, they also get certification from SHRM. Similarly, for if we look at digital marketing or marketing, so our students get a international certification from digital marketing agencies. So what we have seen, then those who are in operations, they have Sigma, Six Sigma
yes,
certification. So what we have done is, those who are in banking, finance, we have tie-up with the Indian Institute of Banking and Finance.
Wow.
So they get certification from there. We have a tie-up with NISM,
Yeah.
which is the institution of SEBI.
Right,
And
sir.
our students also get certification from there.
Okay.
We have a tie-up with National Stock Exchange. So while learning with our institutions, we also help them in getting these certifications which are national and international, and
Wow.
which increases their employability and value in the market. And not only that, we also work with their soft skills. So from the day they come to our institution, within first week we carry out their personality analysis and the kind of interest they have, and accordingly
Yeah,
we
that's nice.
appoint mentors. So their strength and weaknesses are there with the mentor, and we continuously see that they choose the subject, and they are guided throughout their stay with us, so that when they
Good.
come out, they are coming out with a ready product as an employee, as a good manager of
Perfect.
a corporation.
Perfect. So here is one thing that I wanted to make a mention about, sir, that these kind of programs are actually good. Why? Because when we talk about MBA, we feel that जो बच्चे होते हैं campus पे, they are very polished and they are very competitive and all that. So when you come to the campus like VBS, you will be taken care of because there is a mentorship. So you have a very good chance to kind of polish your personality and be a corporate ready. So I think that's a very good initiative. I wasn't aware of that initiative, by the way.
Okay.
That's a fantastic thing. So you made a mention about the employability, and from there I will be asking you one question which I'm very sure audience also want to know. So my students have always been telling me that VBS has got final placement the highest as an international, which is around about 20 lakhs.
Right.
There are students have gone abroad. I interviewed one of the students. He is currently in Poland. He got a scholarship. So I have seen the placement doing phenomenally good, but there is not a much buzz about the placement as far as VBS is concerned. What I wanted to understand is, what do you think about this placement scenario going forward? That how is it going to get better? Like 20K package will be 25 or 30, something like that. Number one, and number two, what drives your placements so very well? Because to be very honest, I've seen a lot of business school marketing a lot from last 5 years, 10 years, but their placement statistics are not that great. But when I got to know about VBS and when I looked into the placement statistics, I was really surprised. It was a good surprise, by the way. So sir, please let the audience know कि क्या ऐसा है because of which the placements are so good.
I am from industry. I have worked with aviation industry for nearly 25-30 years. And when I was there with aviation industry, I had been to various IIMs for recruiting them to those companies. So I have seen what kind of preparation those students have and how they present themselves to the companies when they are talking about.
Right.
So what we do is we do the hand holding of students right from the beginning, and we try to soften their rough edges of their communication style, their attitude,
Nice.
and their self confidence, जिसको हम आत्मविश्वास कहते हैं. तो ये सब चीजें when we talk about and we inculcate them, and then there is a lot of emphasis on spirituality because this is a Vivekanand
Yes.
Education
Absolutely.
Society's Management Institute, so there is a lot of emphasis on spirituality. Every month we call people from spiritual organizations like Ramakrishna Mission, Gayatri Parivar, or some Kriya Yoga Sadhak,
Nice.
ISKCON. So they are our partners, and we expose our students to these spiritual methods, Sahaja Yoga, so techniques, technologies and theories we give, so that we want to send them in the world with not only domain specific knowledge or good soft skill, but very strong spiritual background.
Nice.
And when people come here to interview our students, they can sense this kind of capabilities in our students. So even during Corona time, Corona batch also we got more than 95% placement.
Yeah, even that was surprising
So,
actually. And
so those who recruit from us, they are always confident of the quality of students we have. So even without talking too much about it, those who are dealing with us, they know our strength.
Perfect. So what do you see in the future? Like how this is going to go? Like, do you think that you will have more companies on board? There will be more international placements. There will be increase in the average and the highest. Do you have any plans for that, sir?
My experience is that in last 8 years I have been here. There has been consistently increase in the bottom salary and top salary.
Okay, sir.
So when I came here, the bottom would have been 4 lakhs and top would have been 7-8 lakh. Now bottom is around 5 lakh and top is around 20 lakhs.
Wow.
And the average salary is now above between 6 to 8 lakh.
Okay.
And those who are top 25, top 50 students, they get more than 12 lakhs.
That's fantastic.
So when you come here, if you are doing good, if you are sincere, and you know, if you have visualized your career, so you would like to be in the top bracket.
Right.
And as the economy is booming, our country is already more than $3 trillion economy, and Piyush Goyal, our finance minister, just now said that we are going to get $30 trillion economy. So these numbers are just, they're phenomenal. And if
True.
the country is progressing, I am sure we will be giving most of the people international
Absolutely.
packages over a period of time.
But sir, again, I interviewed a couple of students and the student quality is really good. I mean, I'm not saying this because I'm interviewing you, definitely not. But I've interviewed people who are now, working internationally. And guys, I'll tell you the best thing about VBS is that there are a lot of students, they are concerned about ROI. Sir, 8 lakh is the fees that you guys charge. 8 lakh fees में गौरव करके एक बच्चा है, उसको 20 लाख का पैकेज मिला है. There are other students who got 10 lakh and 12 lakh. इतनी कम फीस में सर इतना अच्छा पैकेज मिलता है. That's a phenomenal thing.
Like, because again the values of the trustees is very important.
That is nice.
This is not a private trust owned by some individual. The trust is set up by Mr. Hashu Advani, who was a full-time worker of RSS, and RSS is well nowadays. So at the time of partition, when he came to Chembur, he wanted to work for education of those Sindhis who were moved out of Pakistan.
True.
So he started this education institution so many years back with that thing in mind. And he devoted all his life for the purpose of education, and of course he also grew in politics, and he was education minister of Maharashtra and also held some portfolios. So what we see here is all his leadership and his vision of the institution, and we just work hard to meet those vision and meet those values.
Perfect. Sir, I'm really thankful that you gave some time. And it is indeed a pleasure to speak to you, because though I'm a founder and all that C2C mentors, but at the end of the day when I sit with people like you, I feel like a student. There's a lot to learn from you. The spirituality point that you said, that was fantastic. And thank you so very much, sir, for that. I'm very sure a lot of people would love this video.
Thanks a lot.
And if there is anything,
I hope that prospective students would consider these factors when they are going for their future higher education.
Definitely, sir. Definitely, sir. Thank you so very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, sir.